So let me get your question straight. What about those who have never heard the gospel? Are they saved? Now, it's a clever question you ask because you think you get me on the horns of a dilemma. If I say yes, they're saved, you say, well, then they don't need to hear the gospel and I don't need to hear the gospel, and please stop preaching the gospel to everybody because if they've never heard, we'll all be saved. And on the other side, the other horn is to say, well, it's not fair, it's not just. They haven't had a chance and they're going to be condemned. How do I answer that? Well, my friend, ignorance of the law is no excuse, is it? Why do we say ignorance of the law is no excuse? Well, it's because the law is public. And it's your responsibility to know that you shouldn't be driving at 100 k's in a school zone during school times, because it's a public law. You see, there are several errors in your question. The big one being the error of assumption. You see, the law is gazetted. God is publicly known. The creation declares the glory of God. And what can be known about God? Why, it can be seen in creation that he's powerful and that he exists, so that everybody is responsible to seek and to search after him, to find him, to give thanks to him. You see, you have an assumption in your question that there are people who have never heard the gospel. But such people don't exist, for everybody knows of God in creation. So these people are not ignorant of God, they are ignoring God when they turn away from the Creator to worship creatures in other religions. For the justice of God is to judge people by what you do with what you can know. And they're not going to be judged by the name of Jesus if they've never heard of Jesus, but they will be judged by what can be known about God in creation. And he can be known, and known as the person we should be giving thanks to. So, God is just and right, and no, people are saved by hearing the gospel. And let me ask you though, when you ask this question, are you really concerned about them, or are you just using people as an excuse to avoid God yourself? If you're really concerned, I hope you'll go and serve those people by taking them the great message of Jesus so they can hear how God saves them through the death of Jesus.